Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're checking out a coin that could be a valuable find, the 1999 50-cent coin from Australia. We'll explore what makes this coin stand out, its potential value, and why collectors are interested in it. Let's get started. The 50-cent coin had already been in its 12-sided copper-nickel form for 3 decades, having been introduced in 1969 after the short-lived round silver 50 cent of 1966. The obverse in 1999 still carried the Raphael Makloff effigy of Queen Elizabeth, which had been used from 1985 until 1998. But 1999 was unique because Australia was in transition. The Makloff portrait appeared on circulation issues that year, but it was the final time it would be used, as the Ian Rank Broadley portrait would take over in 2000. That alone makes 1999 a milestone year for collectors who like to capture the end of a design era. On the reverse, as usual, we see the Australian coat of arms designed by Stuart Devlin, the kangaroo and emu supporting the shield with state symbols topped by the 7-pointed Commonwealth star. While it might seem standard, what's intriguing for 1999 is the overall mintage and how these coins fit into collections. For many, the 1999 issue is a gap-filler year, a coin you'll definitely find in circulation, but which becomes interesting when considered in high grade or as part of proof and mint sets. Collectors aiming for a complete run of 50-cent pieces will always need 1999, and pristine examples can command higher prices. Now let's get into the minting numbers. In 1999, the Royal Australian Mint struck just over 23 million circulation 50-cent coins. Compared to some earlier years, that's a relatively moderate mintage, but it was still more than enough to meet the needs of everyday commerce. Unlike in 1981, when coins had to be produced overseas, the 1999 issue was entirely struck domestically at the Canberra Mint. When collectors talk about or mint totals, they're often comparing different years with massive production runs of over 60 million coins, so 1999's figure is modest. By contrast, the smaller the mintage, the more attractive a coin becomes for collectors, particularly when preserved in excellent condition. So how much is a 1999 Australian 50-cent coin worth today? In circulation, most examples are still worth just their face value, 50 cents. However, as always, condition makes the difference. A coin in very fine or extremely fine condition might fetch around $1 to $2 on the collector market. Uncirculated examples, particularly those stored carefully since the year of issue, can range from $5 to $15 depending on demand. The real gems are the proof coins struck in tiny numbers for collector sets with mirrored fields and frosted reliefs. These proofs often sell for $20 to $40, especially if housed in original Royal Australian Mint packaging. Another fascinating aspect of the 1999 50-cent coin lies in its errors and varieties. While not as famous as other years, error coins have been documented, including off-center strikes, die cracks, and partial planchette strikes. These errors transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. For example, a dramatic off-center strike might be valued at $100 or more depending on severity and condition. For collectors chasing varieties, 1999 is also an important transitional year between obverse portraits, so enthusiasts often study small die differences and strike variations in great detail. From a collector's perspective, the 1999 issue is often described as a quiet achiever. It doesn't scream rarity, but it's significant because of its place in the timeline of Australian coin design. For those who subscribe to mint issues each year, 1999 would have been a year to secure not only the standard circulation strike, but also the proof versions included in annual collector sets. Subscribing to the Royal Australian Mint's yearly issues ensures collectors lock in coins like this in pristine state without the need to hunt through circulation. Looking back, those who subscribed in 1999 are now holding coins that are increasingly desirable in top grades. One of the most enjoyable parts of collecting the 1999 50 cent is that it's affordable. Unlike some rarer commemoratives or low mintage issues, this coin is accessible to beginners. If you're new to coin collecting and considering joining a subscription service or buying mint sets, the 1999 coin is a perfect example of why that's worthwhile. Over time, coins that seem common in circulation become harder to find in mint condition, and subscriptions guarantee you'll always get the best strike straight from the mint. That way, 20 or 30 years later, you're not scrambling to track down high-grade coins at inflated prices. Let's also touch on the historical context to 1999. Australia was on the verge of major changes in its coinage and in its national identity, with debates around the Republic and the upcoming Sydney 2000 Olympics dominating headlines. While the 1999 50 cent doesn't directly commemorate those events, it represents the calm before a wave of special issues in 2000. And beyond, this makes it a fascinating bridge coin, the last of its obverse portrait series and the last standard issue before the explosion of commemorative designs that would mark the new millennium. So to wrap up, the 1999 Australian 50 cent coin is more than just change rattling in your pocket. It's a collectible that marks the end of the Maklov obverse era, comes from a relatively modest mintage of 23 million and offers opportunities for collectors in both circulation finds and high-grade proofs. While its everyday value is 50 cents in pristine condition or as part of proof sets, its worth can be many times more. For those subscribing to mint issues, it's a reminder of the importance of securing each year's releases, and for beginners, it's an accessible and ethic